Hafa and good morning, Guam. I'm Tim McHenry, and here is your morning update. Governor Eddie Calvo told Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Yoshihide Suga that although some people on Guam approve of the military buildup, some don't. After meeting with Congresswoman Madeline Bordallo about the military buildup yesterday, Suga met with the governor on Friday. The governor said his administration has always supported the buildup, but he voiced some of the concerns he learned of when meeting with members of the community who are opposed to the buildup last week. The governor told Suga he will look into the concerns brought up by the anti-buildup groups. The governor also says he's concerned that the U.S. federal government won't honor all of the commitments they made to Guam in a programmatic agreement signed with Calvo during his first year as governor of Guam. This agreement was signed by then Undersecretary Robert Work, who is now the U.S. Deputy Secretary of Defense. The governor has heard word that the U.S. government might not fund a cultural repository and public health lab as they had promised. And Friday was the due date for interested vendors to submit their bids for security equipment at the Guam Department of Education schools. According to the General Services Agency, which is in charge of the procurement process for the security equipment, after a lengthy question and answer portion, interested vendors then had to submit their bids and if they wanted to be part of the selection process. Earlier this year, GSA says there were 6 interested vendors that picked up packets. However, Robert Konu says they will not be able to tell PNC how many submitted packets and who those vendors are. Konu explains that this bid is a multi-step bid. Guam Department of Education Acting Deputy Superintendent Chris Anderson says there was a slight delay because the initial bid was modified so that about 36 DOE schools will be fitted with security equipment. After reviewing the bids, DOE can then make their selection of which vendor will be awarded the actual bid. Anderson says he hopes to push out the notice to proceed as soon as possible. And Lagu Sanitation's request for clarification on their payments to the Guam Solid Waste Authority was denied earlier this week by Chief District Court Judge Francis Tidinko Gatewood. Lagu has since accrued over $1 million in debt for past due tipping fees. Back in July, they had requested a hearing that the court waive interest on fees accumulated while a stay in the case was in effect between February of 2014 and March of 2015. Judge Gatewood denied the request, citing the original settlement agreement, which was approved in March of 2012. The agreement, Judge Gatewood points out, clearly ordered that Lagu pay its owed balance, in addition to an annual interest rate of 10%. She notes that if Lagu's request to waive the interest were approved, it would essentially alter the terms of the settlement agreement, which she believes is unnecessary. Judge Gatewood also points out that Lagu had previously asserted that it intends to complete its payments in lump sums. Upon the court's clarification, Judge Gatewood ordered Lagu to immediately begin making payments, including the accrued interest. And that's it for the morning update. Have a happy Halloween, Guam, and as always, have a good weekend.